I can't get over the Houston Rockets deciding to retire James Harden's number is one of the most pathetic sports league team moves that I can ever remember seeing. The man demanded that you trade him, got fat, quit on the team, and in the same year that all of that happened, you are going to retire his number? Like, okay, if it's like a decade from now and James Harden is retired and some of the ill feelings have not have ceased to exist, but what exactly did James Harden do in Houston that was so unbelievably incredible that you felt compelled to actually retire his jersey? It's not like he won a championship. It's not even like he even won a conference championship. His teams always choked at some point in the playoffs. And then he demanded that he be traded and left you a dumpster fire of an organization behind. Why would anybody in Houston want to honor James Harden? Am I insane? This is crazy to me. This is mind-boggling. I was trying to think of an analogy that would apply. This is like your wife divorcing you, taking all of your money for a dude that she was cheating on you with, and then you show up to be the ring bearer at her wedding. You are there marrying them and like, hey, here's more of my money. Thank you so much for gracing me with your presence before you cheated on me and left me and took half my money. Can I please marry you? Congratulations to this new man who's going to be living in a house that I built and that I paid for. I'm not saying that stuff doesn't happen. I'm just saying if you're that dude, you can't even go to the wedding, much less be the equivalent of the marriage ceremony ring bearer, which is what the Houston Rockets franchise is doing. This is next level pathetic. James Harden does not deserve to have his jersey retired, probably ever, if you look at what he actually accomplished, but certainly not for an organization that has won championships. This is the equivalent of, winning a division and hanging a division banner championship in your arena. You should really only hang banners for incredible accomplishments, right? Like you win a championship, something that never has happened before. The Rockets won back-to-back titles with Hakeem the Dream Olajuwon. He's rolling over in his grave right now. Sam Cassell did not run up and down the court holding his onions celebration so that you guys could do this to him. Robert Horry didn't make those shots so that you guys could put James Harden up in the banner. Am I right? Robert Horry was on that era at Rockets, wasn't he? Am I mistaken? I know Horry won all those championships with the Spurs and also with the Lakers. Am I wrong? Was he on the Houston Rockets era too? He was right, yeah. All those guys didn't sacrifice for this scenario to come into play. We need to get Ted Cruz on again. He's a big Rockets fan. See what he thinks about this. Dub, are you with me that this is incredibly pathetic by the Rockets? Reports are, again, that they are this came out a couple of days ago from the Houston Chronicle, and I just saw this, and I thought to myself, this is absolutely – I can't believe this isn't more talked about. Are you with me that this is like your wife leaving you, cheating with another man, and you show up at the wedding to give the ring away? It just seems next level pathetic.
Yeah, I totally agree, and when I first heard this news, someone told me about it.
I think it was me, and you were like, that can't be real.
And I didn't believe you.
Yeah.
And so then I had to go look for myself, and then I see Bleacher Report's tweet that said Houston Rockets governor Fertitta.
Well, of course, because now they can't call them owners.
So that's when the
NBA is so ridiculous.
That's when I knew it was real. So, but yeah, this is just I couldn't believe it. This is disrespectful to every jersey that's hanging in the Toyota Center right now for the Houston Rockets. I mean, it really is.
Who else do they have retired? Hakeem Olajuwon has to be. Yeah.
That's actually a great question. Who else would they have retired? Yao Ming, I would imagine, is probably retired just for his impact worldwide. That's all I got off the top of my head. So maybe they think that their rafters aren't full enough and they're forcing this Harden jersey to be up there as well.
It's not even like they drafted him either. You know, James Harden started his career in Oklahoma City. He then came to Houston. It's somewhat different, I think, if you draft the guy and he becomes, you know, a star. But even if that had happened, this year when he demands a trade, comes in, doesn't practice, is fat and out of shape, and your team is awful, maybe 5 years from now, maybe in the year, you know, like Kobe had his goodbye year where he went around and every different team gave him something for what he represented to the NBA and the career that he had. Maybe if James Harden is retiring and he embarks on that kind of retirement circle, or maybe if it's a few years from now, but to do it in the first year just feels pathetic after he fleeced your team and after he basically required you to rebuild, and then you're going to go and decide to retire his jersey 2 months after he abandons the franchise. It doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah, I was about to say, forget first year, try like first month.
Yeah.
I mean, he literally just did that. I'm a huge San Antonio Spurs fan. For Tim Duncan, they even waited about a year to announce the retirement.
Well, do you think
jersey.
the Spurs haven't retired Kawhi's jersey, have they?
No, and I don't think they will, because the way things ended, which
right,
is kind of a similar fashion as James Harden.
That's
just
right.
did here.
That's what I'm saying. Which is what a franchise that actually has any backbone at all would do. You would wait. It just seems so incredibly pathetic to make this decision to retire his jersey right now. Again, you want to wait 5 years and allow sort of things to calm down, but within a couple of months of him showing up fat, out of shape, and demanding that he be traded, it just it seems like next-level disrespect that is in play here. When we come back, speaking of next-level disrespect, I can't believe this story. I know the NBA has lots of ridiculous stories, but the Atlanta Hawks coach got fired. Did you guys see what the story was about why that coach was fired? I'm going to blow your mind about one of the reasons why it was argued that he shouldn't be fired. I don't know that anybody else is talking about this. I don't even know that anybody else has hardly discussed it except for Outkick. Your mind is going to be blown. The woke NBA just keeps getting ridiculously woke and more pathetic. Show a little bit of testicular fortitude here, NBA and the Rockets. Stand up for yourself. Don't bend over backwards to honor a guy who just kicked you on the way out. This is Outkick on Fox Sports Radio.